Hello everyone, this is Shing and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna explore with tweed fabric. I'm gonna try to make a jacket, a skirt and a dress. It wasn't meant to be so many pieces, but somehow when I got the fabric, it felt like it needs to be a dress because it's all like shiny frills and the weight, it gives a hint of glamour. And since I couldn't decide what to make, I'm going to make all the patterns and to see if it's possible to fit all of them in. And also because I'm really lazy to go out and buy extra fabric, and I'll just let what the world. Alright, we will start with a basic skirt because the entry barrier is a lot more lower.
It's going to be an inverted box pleated skirt. This is the first version that I've made. It's a basic skirt to test out the fitting and the length. Once I got it right, I retraced it and added 8-inch wide panel between the dots. Split it to 4 panels to create the inverted part. And a curved waistband. It's the second prototype with the pleats on.
This is a basic mango shirt which I'm going to trace because I really like how it fits me, and also the shoulder line is where I want it to be.
I start with a straight line and place the half-folded shirt on the line. Fold in the sleeve to get a more accurate curve. Use rulers to clean up the lines. Once you're done with the front and back, place both of them together to join the lines. For the sleeves, position it on the cross and start tracing it. And flip it over to the other side. This is because the front and the back curves in different lengths. I walk the sleeve against the armhole to double check the size of the sleeve. It should either be the same size or more, but less than an inch. To extend the sleeve, simply measure the length of your arm from the shoulder line and the circumference of your hands and add ½ inch for easing. For the first prototype, I added dots for a better fit. Roughly draw where the top should end and reflected it on the second version. I've also added a mandarin collar. Next, the dress. We will need a princess seam bodice, roughly curved down to create a heart shape. If you have a larger bust, you will need a center cut, so it will be 4 sides instead of 3. For the first prototype, the curves are creating too much open space at the top, so I tried to curve it less, especially on the side. For the bottom of the dress, the length will be based on the leftover fabric. It will be a simple skirt with a small fold to add volume. The jacket and the skirt will be in straight checkers. The dress will be cut on the bias or diagonally. I regretted cutting on the bed. Look at all the shards and fibers. They're everywhere on the bed, the table and the floor. For the princess top, I've placed the cutout centerpiece and the fabric underneath. Match the checkers. Place both the paper pattern on top. This will ensure the continuity of the fabric pattern. Second round, cutting the lining. sewing time. Connect the sides and the lining. To make a clean V shape, switch to a shorter stitch length for sharp area and back to a wider stitch. Next, connect the bottom part to the top, making sure the style lines are continuing.
I'm not sure if I could place the invisible zipper and the lining properly, so let's wish all the best to the dress.
We'll start with sewing the darts. Open up the pleat and sew around the top to fix it in place.
Have you noticed that my plant is gone? It just died. Finish up the darts and created the split here. The skirt is pretty heavy, and also the back of the skirt. And the next step is to attach the waistband together with the skirt. Honestly, I find tweed quite easy to sew. It's just that certain parts it gets really thick. And there you have it, super long skirt. Ta-da! Is it a curtain or is it a skirt?
Join the waistband, attach the lining and close up the bottom hem. I've sewn together the back, the front and the collar for both the tweed fabric and the lining.
And we're going to attach both of them together.
So I started with the collar because I need to make sure that it curves well. And to finish the rest of the bodies. I wasn't looking while pressing the pedal and this happened. I made the sleeves separately because it is my first time making a jacket with lining. I pin as much as I can to make the thick layers stay in place. Then added a bias tape from the lining fabric to cover the seam edge. In the end, I've decided to move the opening to the center. I found 3 buttons from my stash. They are all in different design and color. Last but not least, my label. Always proud of the things that I've made.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same.
Thanks for watching. Much love. Like and subscribe for more videos. Bye bye.
I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.